Ooh. Ooh. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। 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 ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्तदामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। Verse 69. न च तस्मान्मनुष्येषु कश्चिन्मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यप्रियतरो भूमि अध्येष्येते च इमं धर्म्यं संवादमावयोः ज्ञानयज्ञेन तेनाहम् इष्टस्याम् इति मे मतिः। This knowledge of Gita in the form of conversation. Avayoho samvadam. At home also you should have samvad, not vad, between husband and wife, and parents and children, and dog and you. You know, I was told Somebody told me yesterday, now the AI has come which will understand the language of dog. So when dog says something, you know what actually it says. Then we'll have sanvad. One lady said to the psychiatrist, I think my husband has something wrong. He goes and talks with plants and all. He said, that is good. Find out whether it is a talk or a conversation. If it is a conversation, then there is a real problem there. Anyway, yeah. Samvadam. Samvada is where what is true, we want to arrive it together by conversing with each other. Vada is where I want to prove my point. Kudarka is I want to prove you are wrong. Jalpa is that's what most people do. Everybody talks, nobody listens. In any party you go, it's just jalpa that goes. Everybody is talking. I wonder who is actually listening. So understand the difference between these. Samvada is conversation, where we want to arrive at a concluding point agreeable to both of us, keeping the subject matter is important. Vada is where I want to prove my point as true. I don't care about what you say, but I want to prove my point as true. Kutarka is where I want to prove you wrong, whether it doesn't matter whether I'm right or wrong. So please understand that in any mutual relationship, it should be samvad. And that alone can cause true knowledge. Avayoho samvadam dharmyam. Dharmyam, it is fruitful, useful. Yaha imam dharmyam adhyeshyete. One who studies. Adhyapaka, adhyayanam is to study. Adhyeshyete. And also shares that knowledge with others. And that is considered as jnana yajna. Gurudev called it as jnana yajna. In yajna, we offer into the fire and from which nothing returns. You offer and it's gone. Similarly, in jnana yajna, Agni is the jnanam and Ahuti is ajnan. Ajnan ko Ahuti ajnan mein bhasma karo. Jnanena ajnana nivrittihi. And that's as Agnihi Samidda Agni Bhasmasat Kurute, when the wood has fire, once the wood catches fire, afterwards what would remain is only Bhasma. In the same way, Jnanagni Datta Karmani Bhasmasat Kurute Tata. Jnana Agni, all actions will come to an end, all selfishness, and all ignorance also comes to an end. So that is called Jnana Yajna. Jnana Yajnena Tena Aham Ishtaha Syam. Such a person who worships me, the best worship of me is give this knowledge, share this knowledge. Before that, study. विचार के साथ ही प्रचार होना चाहिए. विचार के साथ, विचार सहित प्रचार. Meaning one should do the self-reflection, and that self-reflection itself is the discussion or sharing of that knowledge, not just vomiting from the book. Iti me mati. This is my understanding, Bhagavan Krishna says. And who actually can, who is that would benefit out of that fully? Shraddha se suno. With faith you listen. It says in verse number 71, Shraddhavan anasuyascha. शृणुयादपि यो नरः सोऽपि मुक्तः शुभान् लोकान् प्राप्नुयात् पुण्यकर्मणाम् श्रद्धावाननसूयश्च शृणुयादपि यो नरः सोऽपि मुक्तः शुभान् लोकान् प्राप्नुयात् पुण्यकर्मणाम्. One who has faith in the teacher and the teaching and God, three things, and after more also. Such a person, even by just listening, he will reach the highest world. Srunuya. But of course, he should have no thought of cavil. Cavilling means to make fun of this. One who does not take it very lightly. So, anasuya. Asuya means where one thinks very insignificant about it, or making fun, commenting on it, or mocking it. This kind of thought is called suya. Asuya. Suya means where a person does that. Anasuya means a person who does not do this kind of mockery of the teaching and the teacher. So, here, it also means finding fault. And that's what we do. When anybody gives advice, oh, you give advice, do you follow? That's what we say. And it is said, therefore, look at Rama and follow Rama's footsteps. Listen to Krishna, don't follow his footsteps. He, as avatar of the Lord, he can do many things. Don't you try to imitate. So, Shraddhavan Anasuyaha Shrunuyadapi, even by listening, yo naraha, whoever it be, saha api, such a person also, punyakarmanam shubhan lokan prapnuyat. Whatever be obtained by people who have done meritorious deeds, those worlds, he will obtain when muktaha, dehat muktaha. One who has given up the body would reach there. Now, when we say Shraddha, we must understand in the context of Shastra. Faith is about the unknown. Trust is about the known. I've told you this before also. Vishwasa and Shraddha. श्रद्धा किसमें होना चाहिए? जो हमको दिखता नहीं है, अज्ञेय है, जिसमें हमको श्रद्धा होना चाहिए. Whatever is unknown, ajñātam shraddhaya jñātam bhavati. What is not known becomes known by faith. It should not be blind. It should be through proper ways. So here it is said, our Guruji has written in one of these compositions, he said, this is called Subodha Vedanta. He says there, Pramana buddhi vedante brahma sadbhava nishchaye sadguru brahma nishtatve swatmana karma samatye sadhana guruna prokte vishwasa palanam yata evam panchavida shraddha bhave sadhaga muktida. Panchavida shraddha, 5 types of faith. Vedante pramana buddhi, meaning anything I want to know or learn, I need to know the means of knowing it. If I don't believe in my eyes, can I believe in what I see? If I don't believe in my ears, can I believe in what is heard? So when we see or hear anything, we have a complete faith on the means of that knowledge. Correct? That's called pramana. So in learning about the world, we believe or we have faith in the instruments of perception. Okay. You're sending your child to the class, school. You have a faith that the teacher who's teaching, he knows the subject. Otherwise, will you do that? You are asking your child to go to a music class or karate class or dance class, Bharatanatyam and karate together also sometimes. So this, they do the same kind of movements also. So all that because the teacher who is teaching, she or he knows what it is. So here Vedante Pramana Buddhi. Vedanta is Upanishad. Upanishad is talking about what? About the things unknown, but at the same time to be known. This difference between rituals and Vedanta or Upanishad is, rituals are not for everyone should know. It is only if you have desire. आपको पुत्र चाहिए, पुत्रेष्ट कर्म करो. वित्त चाहिए, वित्तेष्ट कर्म करो. If you want money or wealth, then you do that particular ritual. If you want progeny, then do that ritual. So rituals are not meant for everyone to do. It is meant for what is your desire accordingly. आपको पुण्य चाहिए, ये करो. So they have prescribed it for particular reason. Whereas Atmajnan sabke liye. Because without that the bondage will not go. Right? So Upanishad or Vedanta, Vedanta nama Upanishad Pramana. Whatever is said in the Upanishad is called Vedanta. That is going to give me the means to know something which I should know. So Vedante Pramana Buddhi. This is the first Shraddha. Faith in the means of knowledge, the highest, which is Vedanta. So that is the first one which the student must have before even entering to the abode of the Guru. So the Vedantic teacher can give the knowledge only to those students who have the faith in the means of that. That is called the knowledge, Vedanta. Then only the teacher can. Otherwise, as we see, that person will be only, okay, you say whatever you want to say. I will decide whether I want to take it or not. Like your children also, you keep on telling. But they will take it whenever they want to. Because most of them, they don't listen also. So they are listening to their own music and not anybody else. So first is Pramana Buddhi Vedante. Second is Brahma Sadbhava Nishtaye Shraddha. That there is, finally there is this highest truth is Brahmani, Brahma Sadbhava Nishtaye. Sadbhava means Astitva. Yes, there is the highest reality. Only that being the very subject matter of Vedanta. Otherwise, if it does not have a belief in the Satyatva of Brahman, absolute reality, how will you even attempt to go and learn? If you are going to a doctor, you have a feeling that there is health possible. Health is possible, then only you will go and say, how do I get back to health? How do your medicine help me get back to health? If I don't feel that I can be healthy, then obviously I will not go to the doctor. Isn't that true? So, Sadbhava, meaning there is absolute reality, Brahman, and that is what I want to learn. And Vedanta is a pramana for that. So, Brahma Sadbhava Nishtaye Shraddha. Third one is Sadguroho Brahmanishtatve Shraddha. In the teacher, we have to have the faith that he knows and he stays in that nature. मुक्त में वो बैठे हुआ है, बैठा हुआ है. He is staying in the state of liberation. Among the 50 states, 51st state is that is called actually liberated state. What is that? See, the statue of liberation, not liberty, liberation. So in that state he is. So Sadguroho Brahmanishtatve Shraddha. Otherwise, if he is also subject to bondage, attachment, etc., so what are we going to learn from that? That person also equally is attached, equally is full of desire, equally full of all the imperfections, impurities. Then such person cannot really help us. If one is drowning, how will he help other person to come to the shore? So the Guru would say, I'm drowning, come along, all of us drown together. I want more support to drown. Or the Guru is all the time crying and complaining and upset unnecessarily. Then obviously that person cannot help me to get out of it. If you go to a doctor who is coughing all the time, you go to the doctor, I am not coming anywhere near you. I'm just joking. I don't have the cough. So, Guroho Brahmanishtatve Shraddha. The fourth one is, obviously, okay, Vedanta is there, then highest reality is true, the Guru is qualified. Then what? Next one. Swatmanaha karma samarthye. Swatmanaha karma samarthye. That I can reach there. And the Guru definitely, based upon the quality of the student, must assure this. If goes to the Guru and said, can I get moksha? Doubtful. It may be taking time, all right, but if you plug the fuse immediately, then, pull the fuse, or pour cold water in the enthusiasm of the student, then, so he goes, Durvara samsara javagni tattam tu yamanam duradrishtavadai pītam prapannam paripahi mrutyo saranyamanyathyataham najani. The student goes and says, I am being burned, I am burning in the samsara fire, fanned by all the other impurities. How do I get out of it? Astiva krit kanchit upayam. Is there any means to get out of it? Nahi. Not for you. Then obviously, it is not going to help. So, swatmanaha karma samarthye shraddha. Yes, I am capable of coming out of this bond. This is the fourth shraddha. The first one is what? Vedante pramana shraddha. Second is brahmanaha sadbhave sadbhavanishchaye shraddha. Guroho brahmanishtatve shraddha. Swatmanaha karma samarthye. Fifth one is sadhana guruna prokte vishwasa palanam yata. So, tada, and also vishwasena palanam, with very great trust in the sadhana advised by the Guru. That is sadhana guruna prokte. Whatever is being spoken, given to me as the sadhana by the Guru, उसमें विश्वास, उसको विश्वास से पालन करो. With great assiduity, assiduously, consistently, sincerely, to follow that sadhana. In that, consistency is because of the faith. Yes, this sadhana will work for me. In that way. Evam Panchavida Shraddha, these kind of 5 kind of faith, Bhavet, it will become Sadhaka Muktida, some giver of liberation to a sadhaka. So, Shraddhavan, Anasuyaha, one who does not have a feeling of any kind of, uh, finding fault or feeling that this is, I think it is as Max Muller said when he read the first time Vedas, he said that these are all blabbering of the lotus eaters. People sat in the corner and started eating the lotus and then some blabbering. Later on only he realized what a great treasure the Vedas and Vedanta has got. He wrote himself the commentary and he took the everything to Germany. And there is a big university, Sanskrit university. Biggest Sanskrit university in the world is there only in Germany. Why? Because he understood the value of it. So, this asuya is where finding fault, but anasuyascha, shrunuyadapi, such a person, even by listening, avayo sambadam shrunuyadapi, even as they listen to the conversation in the form of what has come to us as Bhagavad Gita, yo naraha, whoever it be the person, saha api muktaha, he becomes freed, and also punya karmanam shubhan lokan prapya, he would obtain the highest world of purity. He will reach there, and he will have the opportunity there to do the mananam and nidhyasana and release himself from the body. He will reach the conducive atmosphere to continue the sadhana. That's what it is. So this is how Bhagavan gives few words of advice to Arjuna, and finally he has his own doubt. So much I said. Did you really listen? The final question is, did you listen? Kachchidedaśrutam partha tvayaigakrena chetasa kachchidajnana sammohaha pranashtaste dhananjaya कच्चिदेतच्छ्रुतं पार्थ त्वयैकाग्रेण चेतसा कच्चिदज्ञानसम्मोहः प्रणष्टस्ते धनञ्जय. Not kaschita, it is kachit. Kachit means whether. Is it that you listen to the whole thing? Kachit etat shrutam he partha. Whatever I said has been heard by you. Because any teacher will have the doubt when the student nods for everything. So only when you have your intelligence, your alertness there, then you will have sometimes, oh, I don't understand that. But obviously Arjun had asked many questions that also proved that he learned. I mean, he heard it correctly. But again, the teacher always will want to make sure that it is properly listened. And after, when you go to a restaurant, when you're eating in between that person, is everything okay? No. Make sure that you are no problem. So in the same way, once in a while, the teacher has to check also. Is it okay? Otherwise, students say, but it is your job to teach, you keep going. I have something else to think about. Here, did you hear a partha? And how? Ekagrena chetasa toya. With one pointed attention. Eka agra. Eka means one, agra means pointed. One pointed mind. Chetasa. With one pointed mind, did you hear or multi-pointed way. Our mind is so diverse. It's mostly divorced from us only. So sitting here, yes, very good. Swami is speaking nice. I got a new shoe stand and shoe in the stand. It's kya hua usko? Okay, anyway, Swami, I'll see whether. I think today's prasadam will be nice. Next week we have class. All this is going on. I think I have to pick up the child much earlier. Today I have to go for some talk. And when does it finish? 9, 10 hours. So this is not this is not one-pointed attention. One-pointed attention means nothing is there in the mind except that. So all other upasanas that we do, whether it's japa or any other thing, is to bring the mind to this one-pointed attention, which should not move out. So have you listened to this with one-pointed attention? Kachidetat shrutam partha tvaya ekagrena chetas. And the result of this knowledge, if you have listened with one-pointed attention, then your delusion should be destroyed by it. Kachit ajnana sammohaha te pranashtaha. Is it that your delusion is completely destroyed? Hey Dhananjaya. Have you thus gained this clarity in the mind by which your delusion is gone? This is what I want to know. Because it's not that Krishna had doubt on his own teaching, whether I did the right thing or not. Obviously, Bhagavan Krishna himself, being avatar of the Lord, he cannot but tell the truth. But whether the student or the listener is able to digest that. And many times he repeated his own ideas also. Again and again, he started every chapter with, I'm going to tell you something new. Then what is that? Same thing in a different way. Old bottle in old wine in new bottle. He gave that same thing. Some people say that, no? Ask me this when I was teaching in Sandipani, for 2.5 years, 2.5 years class. I mean, every day 4 or 5 class. And the students are the same. So how do you keep giving the same knowledge 4 times a day, 700 plus days, no break, huh? Every day class? How much of bluff you must have? You must be saying the same thing in different ways. You must know how the skill of talking about this. All Upanishad, this main subject matter is Brahma Vidya only. It's not something else. But how they put it in different ways to make it interesting. So here also Krishna, every chapter is started with the same thing, but made it different too. What he said in second chapter, everything is over there. So here he says, I have given you this knowledge, all right, but have you listened it with one-pointed attention? And have you got your delusion destroyed? So if you see, Shravana Kale, during the time of the Shravanam, what is that Ekagrata Chintanam? What kind of a mind, what kind of a one-pointedness you must have? Guru Upadeshe Ekagrata Chintanam. In the teacher and his teaching, there should be one-pointed attention. At that time of Shravanam, travel along with the teacher to see how he is reflecting on the subject matter. That is the methodology the student should get. How to reflect. Not at that time you should reflect. See, it is like when you are eating the food, that time you are not digesting. You are enjoying the swad, the softness, or the smell, or the taste. At that time you are not digesting. Only your children do that. 1 spoon. Then they start, sometime when they come to big shop, I tell the children, stay there, I'll meet you at dinner. Because they are not interested to finish. Sometimes we eat so slow. I tell them, I think I'll be seeing you again in another 4 or 5 hours. While you are eating, eat. Not that, not like that. Enjoy the sweetness, enjoy the flavor, enjoy the, no doubt you have to do, but you are not digesting at that point. So, in the same way, Shravanakale Upadeshe, Shravanakale Guru Upadeshe, Ekagrata Chintana. How the subject matter is handled by the teacher or the book, the subject matter here at the book or Gita, how it is speaking about this particular Brahma Vidya. So, how it is being communicated, how it is explained, and understand the words and the meanings and other things. That is the Shravana Kala Ekagrata Chitta. Manana Kale, at the time of reflection, the one pointed attention is not to deviate from the logic provided by the Shruti to understand. Shruti Mata Tarke Ekagrata Chitta. The method that is given in our teachings, how to think and understand, even though the knowledge that has come is totally new and perhaps opposed to what we already know. I have been thinking from the day I'm born till now as I am the body, mind, and intellect, but Vedanta says that is not you. Right? So there will be opposition from you, from inside. Think, how is that possible? But that means I've been wrong for all along. I'm a fool or what? All people around me never told me this until now, and one strange person comes and tells me this. So that's why Shraddha is important. So Sridhimada Tarke Ekagrata Chinta. That will help you in reflection. So that is the Mananam time. And at the time of meditation, Nididhyasana Samaye, Atmani Ekagrata Chinta. One pointed attention on the self. That having thus reflected and understood, doubt is no more, all the ambiguity is gone. What is stated by Vedanta as me, the self, I have absolutely no doubt on that. One pointed attention on that. So that is the time or the dhyana samaye atman ekagram. Then only there is destruction of this schedule. So to answer to Krishna's question, here Arjun confesses. What did he say? Arjuna uvacha nashto moha smritirlabdha tvatprasadan mayachyuta titosmi gata sandeha karishe vachanam tava. Arjuna uvacha nashto moha smritirlabdha tvatprasadan mayachyuta stitosmi gata sandeha karishe vachanam tava. Now Arjuna is saying, we have asked that question, whether I listen to it carefully. Yes. And the result of that listening is moha nashta. Here he says, moha nashta. My delusion is gone. And the way my delusion is gone is by regaining my memory. Murdiki labda. I gained back my memory. Meaning what? Vedanta is not talking about something which you are not. Vedanta is talking about what you already are. We have forgotten. We are very busy with something else. So, smritihi labdha. This is the most important thing. What jnanam you gave is that which made me remember who I am. And in that absence of knowing who I am, all that I did was only out of delusion. Ajnanam is that ajnanena avrutam jnanam tena muhyanti jantava. Ajnanena avrutam jnanam. See, this needs to be a little carefully understood. Jnana or ajnana, paraspara virodhi. Knowledge and ignorance are mutually contradictory. They cannot stay in one place. Correct? Like light and darkness cannot be in the same place. Happy couple, like that. So now, see moral. So, jnana or ajnana, they cannot be together. Because if one is there, another is not there. If you say darkness and lightness like together, then there is a problem there. Meaning either you are making an unrealistic statement, or you are just confused. So here, when Bhagavan said earlier, ajnanena avrutam jnanam, tena, due to that, jantavaha muhyanti. What is delusion? Where your knowledge is covered by ignorance. No, knowledge cannot be covered by. Light cannot be covered by dark. Very clear. So there are only two possibilities. Actually, the covering is not there. Actually, the avarana is not there. It appears to be there. Or what is referred as jnanam is not knowledge, it is consciousness. It is consciousness which appears to be covered by ignorance. So jnanam here should be understood as Atman. And that is covered by ignorance means what? Not knowing. So when I don't know, it is, let me give an example. When you are lying down and dreaming, you don't know that I am dreaming, right? So even though you are lying down there on the bed and thinking that you are being chased by the tiger is ajnana. At that point, you have no idea that you are comfortably lying on the bed and nobody is chasing. But you have a feeling in your mind or experience, your mind created that you are being chased by a tiger. And when you run, you wake up. You fell on a well full of water. The tiger is lying next to you. So the anyway. So I know who. I don't say who it is. Don't take me wrong. Now, when you wake up, you realize that what you have been thinking was a misunderstanding of your own self. You have forgotten yourself. You have forgotten your wakefulness, wakerhood. In that absence of the awareness of I being the waker, there is a presence of something which temporarily made me experience that. Gurudev would say, non-apprehension leading to, yesterday also Professor Vaidyanathan was talking about that. Non-apprehension leading to misapprehension. So not seeing the reality make you feel something else. So ajnana is a feeling of contradictory about yourself. This is leading to delusion. And based upon the misunderstanding, you take decisions. So delusion is a product of jnanam covered by ajnana. Now, how do we remove that? By making you see what you are. but making you see who you are, the delusion, the ajnanam removed, and along with that, all this connected result of that ajnanam, all the connected conclusions and decisions that you made also are gone. It is why it is said in the Astambalaka Stotram, there the disciple of Shankaracharya says, Ganachannamarkam Ganachanna Drishtihi. Ganachanna Drishtihi is because of Ganachanna Markam. I am not able to see the sun covered by the cloud. Now think about it. Can the sun ever be covered by the cloud? Ganena Channam, Achannam. Ganena means by the cloud it is being covered. It cannot. Meaning, I am unable to see the sun because of the intermediary between my eyes and the sun. There is something came in. It is not the sun is covered. It is my vision is covered. Sun cannot be covered. Nowhere near the cloud can go. Cloud is closer to the sun or you. In the same way, this being a resplendent, ever-present reality, what is clouding is the misunderstanding caused by the vasanas. Ignorance is causing the clouding here. So that is why he said, Smritihi labdha. What you pointed out about who I am, that self-awareness has removed the delusion. Natto moha smritir labdha. It is not that I gained something which I was not. I gained the awareness of which I am. Tot prasada, by your grace. Hey Achyuta. Achyuta means one who never fails, infallible, ever in the same state. Hey Achyuta, Tot prasada, by your grace, I gained this, regained my knowledge, memory, because of which my delusion is completely gone. And this state where I am now is, I have absolutely no doubt. Gata sandeha stitaha asmi. Now, no more doubts in my mind. Gata sandeha, meaning sandeha means where there is apprehension, apprehension or doubt, ambiguity, indecisiveness, all of them are. Gata sandeha stitaha asmi. I am steady. Earlier, what he said, Gandhivam samsrute hasta Tvakchaiva paridachyate. I cannot stand. My heart is palpitation of my heart is high. I am not able to see things clearly, confusion, collapsing, and all that. I am steady. So what am I going to do? Karishye vachanam. I will do what you are asking me to do. Tava vachanam aham karishye. Your command, what you have given me as to do, whatever is that kartavya, as a swadharma paripalanam, kshatriya swadharma paripalanam, aham karishye. The beautiful point here is, in the state of, in the teachings of the Upanishad, the student is no more interested to go back to the world, because he has decided to come to the Guru, learn this knowledge and abide in the highest nature, meditate and realize and reach the moksha. Whereas here, Krishna does not want Arjuna to do that. Arjuna, you have come from the world with a confusion, with not sure about what to do. Now, I told you the highest, what is that to be reached by a Purusha, an individual, and how doing the work of yours with a change of attitude, that you are not doing it anymore for personal gain. You are doing it for purity of mind, which is essential for you to abide in the knowledge. Therefore, I gave you the knowledge as well as why you need to go back and do the work, being a soldier, being a king, and doing it with the right attitude for dharma. And that is my advice. The earlier confusion which Arjuna had was, let me not do any one of this. Let me go back. Let me not fight this war. And that's why he asked the question. Nachetat pitmo kataranyo gariyo. I do not know what is the right thing to do. And he asked, I do not know who will win. They will win us or we will win them. And also in third chapter, beginning itself, he says, you are confusing me. Vyamishreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me tadekam vada nishchitya yena shreyoham apnuyam. Tell me one thing, should I renounce or act? And that question also he had. And even again, he had that sannyasam karmanam Krishna punaryogam cha shamsasi. You're talking about karma, you're talking about what is that I need to do? All those doubts are, and also who is the right bhakta, whether one who worships the formless or the formful. So many different questions he had. All those someday has gone. Now I'm very clear what I need. So typically, when the child is ready to go for university, your children, kachit yedashrutam tvaya ekagrena chetasa. You have to ask that question. And if the child says, Tutosmi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava natto moha smritirlabda tvat my parent. So if they say that, then you are how good child has really learned. Quickly to the next slide. So the Jnana Yajna is spreading the knowledge in the most dear to God. So imparting the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, many lost souls can be brought to the altar of God. One who teaches this knowledge needs to contemplate upon deeper import of every word to convey the same to the deserving students. Those who even hear with this faith will get liberated. Lord Krishna blessed Arjuna, if you have heard this with a single pointed attention, you will be free of delusion, which is caused by ignorance. Arjuna's confession is, my delusion ended, and I gained my memory by your grace. Delusion ends when doubts are cleared. Result of God's grace through unhesitatingly performing the work of God. As Gurudev would say, never talk to the audience, talk to your own mind and make it a louder reflection in yourself to yourself. If those who are around you are benefited by your own self-reflection, it shall be the glory of the Lord, not your personal ability. So that way, beautiful way of sharing that knowledge with Gurudev had. So, I conclude here. Next class will be the final one. End of the Bhagavad Gita chapter 18, but also the journey of 14 years. It started in 2004. I mean, I started with, no, sorry, 2014. I started with, I think, 14, 13. Chapter 4, I started with 12, 13. 2013. Started here. So, fourth chapter, before that, other classes were there, but I started 4. So, 14 years of Gita journey. In between, we had other subjects also. We'll conclude tomorrow. And then 19th, we will have the question answer. Now, I'm going to be very clear about that. Your question should be on the subject matter of Bhagavad. Because all the time what I get is, Swami, we both have love for dog. So my son is asking for dog. Should I give up? Extra prashna mat pucho. It should be on Bhagavad Gita or your personal sadhana. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasya dukkha bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha. Extra prashna mein